Hey everybody, welcome back. Also, our favorite guest reviewers are there. They are here to help out and give me the support that I need. Today's movie is number 120 in the Criterion Collection, How to Get Ahead in Advertising, directed by Bruce Robinson from the United Kingdom from 1989. And then after I talk about the movie, we will go through, because it's a 20, every 20 we do this, I'll go through some of the statistics of what I've watched so far. I want to say we've watched. I don't know that you're watching these with me. Maybe you're just trusting my opinion, which is wild. It's subjective. Go form your own opinion. You should watch all 118 movies that we've watched so far. But How to Get Ahead in Advertising. This is another Bruce Robinson movie, and it also stars Richard Grant, who was Withnell in the last movie. Withnell and I was Richard Grant's first movie. I didn't realize this. This is his third. And I will safely say nobody plays strung out like Richard E. Grant. My God, he looks like a man having a nervous breakdown, which is great because this is a movie about a man having a nervous breakdown. The plot of the movie, it's billed as a dark comedy. It's not. It's not. It's a horror film. It's a flat out horror film. It's a horror film that has some stuff to say about society. I would also argue it's not as deep as it thinks it is, but there is a lot of anger behind the writing, you can tell. Anyway, the story is about Richard Grant, who is like the Don Draper. He's an ad executive who is unstoppable at his job, who suddenly starts to have a breakdown because he realizes that essentially that his job is not helping humanity, it is hurting humanity by convincing them to buy things they don't need. We're just shoving stuff down people's throats. So he starts to have a breakdown. And as part of that breakdown, he develops a boil on his neck, just a big old blister that keeps growing. And he sees it as having his face on it, and it talks to him. It talks around other people too, but whether or not it's really him talking or there is something supernatural going on and it's the boil is left open to interpretation. So either he's got a magic boil that is growing and possessing him and speaking on his behalf, that is filled with all of his cynicism, bitterness, and all of his negative aspects that he's trying to distance himself from now, or he's having a psychotic break. And he's embodying this boil with all of his negative aspects. Either way. And then the boil begins to take over more and more of his life. That's the horror aspect. The visuals of the boil growing and talking are pretty decent. They're better than I would have expected. Penny's having a hard time. The film has a lot to say about advertising and the state of the world. Some of it is worth it. Some of it is trying too hard. Some of it is not as deep as it thinks it is. Some of it is worth listening to. Watch it for yourself. Excuse me 1 second. Penny, come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, I know. Penny's having a rough morning. So she's just going to sit up here for a minute because she's having a hard time. So, How to Get Ahead in Advertising by Bruce Robinson. Should you watch this movie? Honestly, it's pretty good. If you can stand a horror movie that's kind of a body horror film, it's not a bad time. It's interesting. It's worth seeing. Some people may find it deeper than I did, so maybe I'm wrong. But that's it for this film. You doing okay now? You feeling better? Next time, number 121 is Billy Liar from John Schlesinger from the United Kingdom from 1963. But first, let's talk about some statistics. What do you think, Penny? You want to talk about some statistics? So this was number 120, but because sometimes they bundle things and whatnot, we have watched 118 films or TV series, because Fishing with John was in there. And other TV series will show up later on. So we've watched 118 things. The majority of which have come from the United States with 36. That is by far our most. Our runner up is the United Kingdom with 24, and then after that it's France with 21. The majority of the films come from the 50s with 28 movies. Our runners up are the 60s and the 80s with 19 each. We've only had one from the 2000s. So, our most popular director is Akira Kurosawa, still, with 5 movies. I am not going through this whole list of directors. There's a lot of them, and some of them are here for only like 0.2% of a movie because some films had multiple directors. We have done 64 English language films, which means 54 foreign language films. We have done 56 black and white films and 62 color films. So mostly English, mostly color, but the margins stay kind of close on that one, which is nice. So that's where we are so far. I know, Penny. I know. Everybody had a rough night in Austin last night. Rainstorms were real bad. And then the phones kept waking us up with flash flooding alerts, and Penny doesn't like storms. So we've all had a rough night here. Anyway, how to get ahead in advertising. A horror film, probably worth watching. For nothing else, to see Richard E. Grant just play a man just past the edge of breaking. It's an amazing performance. It's very good. And that's it. I will see you guys next time for Billy Liar. Thank you as always for being a part of this journey with me. We'll see you next time. Say bye, Penny. Bye, Penny. That was her.